Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all well. Welcome back again with another live show on the channel. It is the preview for our game away to Manchester City down at the Etihad on Saturday night in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Mason, how are you feeling after Monday night still?
Still pissed off, but we'll have to see what happens on Saturday. Because we were shit.
Yeah, I'm still raging after that, I must admit still. And we've got Martin with tonight from the Man Cuney. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, not bad, mate. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Thanks for having us again.
No problem. Well then, you know the drill, guys. If you enjoyed tonight's show, remember to hit the thumbs up. It keeps us up those search results. And of course, please, if you're brand new to the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on the channel week in, week out, please hit that subscribe button. Free to do so. Just help make the channel grow. And hit the bell notification. That will let you know whenever we are live or whenever a pre-recorded video does take place as well. If you would like to donate, feel free to do so. And if you want to become a member for only just 99p, just hit the join button and you'll be put to the next prize draw we do on this channel. We're down to a few comments that have come in so far. Good evening, Bia. Good evening, Lawrence. Good evening, Brian. And are we ready to get absolutely tonked live on BBC One Saturday? I've been saying it for a long time. Some of the squad is on its last legs and his agent. Congratulations to Gordon, by the way. Yes, absolutely well deserved for Anthony Gordon on his England call-up. Mason, I think we're dreading for Saturday completely, aren't we?
Yep. That's what I was going to say, because I know what's coming.
I mean, if we give that game away to Chelsea and we go down to play the champions on Saturday, it doesn't give us much hope at all, does it?
Nah. And then considering we've got West Ham after the international break as well, which
not going to be an easy one, is it?
Back this, they've spent a lot of money and all. They've been playing shit. Watch us go play at home and then we get beat of them, considering they've been playing shit and spent a ton load of money on, especially with two players from Ajax and all.
Yep. Lewis, good evening. Hope you're well as well. I mean, Martin, are you pretty confident that you'll be going through the semi-finals?
Hopefully. You know me, I don't ever say any game's a gimme. Listen, we're gonna have to play well to win. I know. You know, I follow a lot of Newcastle fans. I know there's a lot of unrest at the minute and a lot of what's the word? You're not all singing off the same hymn sheet at the moment, are you?
No.
At the moment. Which, obviously, that word expectation comes back into play again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Yeah, I'm confident we should win, but football's not played on paper. Depends what attitude we go out with. And it'd be nice to get back to the Etihad of the South. A little bit, but you just never know. You never know at the moment because Kevin De Bruyne is out.
Yeah, I heard he is actually.
Yeah, how injured he is, I don't know.
I mean, I seen him. He looked like he wasn't happy when he got taken off. From what I've seen,
yeah.
But from what I heard, I think Pep had to bring him off because he wasn't having a good game. Apparently,
internationals are coming up, aren't they? And we've got a massive run-in about to begin. So I do think there's a little bit of gamesmanship going on as well here at the same time because it's now gone to it's just precautionary.
Yep.
So that tells me everything I need to know. I think City are playing cards close to the chest coming up for the Arsenal game after the international break, which is make or break for us in this title race.
Yeah, absolutely, it will be. Oh, you've just put in the chat. Nunez has just scored for Liverpool.
Aye.
We all do, Mason.
Making the world's greatest striker again.
We all do, Mason. PIF apparently today speaking to some friends over in Saudi. That how will be gone soon. Interesting, that one. International break is coming at a good time for us again. And there's, Mason's just put in there that Nunez has made it 1-0 to Liverpool.
It just came up with me for when I'm watching the Brighton game.
Oh no, Paris 2 now. We're going to be
2-0. Bobby Clark as well. Lee Clark's young.
Oh, Mason. I mean, Mason, the good thing about Anthony Gordon, of course, that he avoided a serious injury, which is fantastic news for us. But is he going to play on Saturday, though? That's the question. Do you play him in the side, Mason?
Me personally, I'll put him on the bench.
Okay.
To give him, and he'll want to save save some of his fitness for the England games against Brazil and Belgium. So for me, I would give him half an hour. If he starts, I would give him 60 minutes. If he's on the bench, I would give him half an hour.
I mean, we were all feeling the worst, weren't we, when we heard it could have been 6 or 7 months, couldn't it? But thankfully, it's not, which is great news. But the one person we do not want to see in that team sheet, Mason, is Sean Longstaff.
Yeah. Don't give me a start on him, because
I mean, I am getting sick of watching dross performances from him week in, week out now.
I could have smashed the glass bottles in the bar on Monday because of how shite he was.
He was pissing a lot of people off.
I mean,
And it's disappointing when it's one of your own as well. Personally, I think you should be left at home. I don't think you should be getting on that team bus on Saturday. No way. You're putting rotten performances week in, week out. You do not deserve to get selected. It's simple as that.
I just do not know what Eddie Howe sees in him.
We all like to know what we see that we're not seeing. Happy West Ham got through
3-0.
3-0 now. Bloody hell, when it comes to getting an international break, especially beating a Bundesliga side. BS says he wants to see a good performance, some fight, passion, got no expectations for this game, though. Yeah, I think a lot of us are feeling like that.
Salah.
Hopefully, maybe his goal on Monday will mean if he starts on the right, if Gordon isn't fully fit, don't start him. Yeah. Apparently, Amanda was at the training ground talking to How the day. Yeah, I think she was.
For what I've seen from, for what I've seen from Graham Bailey of the HITC Sport, that if they do let Eddie Howe go, they're going to go for Mancini.
You've been saying on about that, Martin, that you think Mancini would be the good option for Eddie Howe.
I just put 2 and 2 together and got 4, mate, the minute he got the Saudi job.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need to be a rocket science to why he got the Saudi job, mate.
There you go.
He got the Saudi job for one simple reason. It was a job interview to go in.
Yep.
With all due respect, and I don't mean it in a harsh way, Eddie Howe is not going to take you where you want to go. He will not attract the players you want. He will not play the style you want. It's great in one-off games and everything else, and I get it, but this is going to sound really thing, but you want to play with the big boys, you've got to act like the big boys.
Do you think that's why a lot of fans are turning on Eddie now as well? Do you think he's taken as far as he can? Some people have said.
He's a very good manager, don't get me wrong. I do rate him. Sorry, my green screen's all over the shop. I just don't think he's going to take you where you want to go. The problem is, where you want to go, you all want to get. And listen, I'm only an outsider looking in, listening to other fans and other fan channels. Are you trying to get there quicker than you want or than you expect? Because you're on a journey.
Yep.
And I think we spoke privately, didn't we, up at the stadium, Pete? And you remember I said to you, do you want the Carabao Cup or do you want to qualify out the Champions League? Which one did you want?
I said the Carabao Cup, didn't I?
And the problem is, yes, the fans want the Carabao Cup. Your owners don't want that. Your owners want the Champions League because that's where the money is.
Yep.
But, we've seen it with our very own club ourselves. One thing you have to accept as Newcastle fans, the club you've got right now will not be the club you've got in 10 years. You have to accept that and make peace with that sooner the better, because trust me now, they're going to change the club. Some aspects will be amazing, other aspects will not, especially for a lot of the local community going in there. And that's just it's not, I'm going to put it, it's a sort of sad part of getting up with the big boys. We used to say we never want to be Man United. And looking back on it, yeah, it was great from a fan's point of view, but it's a bit naive if you want to go to the top of the table.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's a weird one because I think Mancini would attract players. He would play better football. But until this FFP sorted out, you ain't going to be able to compete because you ain't got the money. Because listening to, I don't know, do you follow that Stefan Borston?
I don't actually.
Oh, no. He's called SLBSN. He's a financial guy, quite knowledgeable, very good. And he put on a list of clubs that are very close to the FFP line for next season. And Newcastle are on there. Is that you are very close to breaching financial fair play.
Back in the first 15 minutes.
As are Villa, as are Wolves, Sheffield United, Everton, Forest, Leicester. Apparently, if Leicester come up there immediately going into a 10-point deduction.
I've heard about that, yeah. Yep.
I heard something about Leeds as well.
Yeah, and Leeds United with the other team. So until they change this, you're not going to compete. They need to do away with the stupid FFP rules.
Yeah, they
but
do.
Then again, do the new FFP rules help you?
Are there any different?
Because
are there any different?
No, it's still on your income.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your income still isn't there to generate what you want to do.
Absolutely.
So, does it really help you still? It's still keeping you on the outside.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with Mancini needs money. That's the problem.
He would do. Yep. I love Hedy, but BS said he want Tuchel as manager.
No, you don't want that. George, you do not want that.
See would be links to Mourinho, and I don't want Mourinho.
You won't go anywhere with him except backwards and watching stale brand of football.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't want Mourinho in at Newcastle as well. 4-0. Any club that wants to grow has to be close to the FFP line. That's how you put money in it. They call it 100 million loss, but the value of the club has increased. Yeah, absolutely, Beer. Edison's out for a few weeks, isn't he?
Yeah, Stefan Ortega's in. I'm not concerned by that because I don't think there's a better number 2 in the Premier League right now than Stefan Ortega. Stefan Ortega could walk into 15, 16 of the Premier League clubs and be number 1.
He's not a bad keeper, I would say, yeah.
He's a really, really good keeper. And he's never done us wrong. Played well up at your place when Edison had to go off. Yep. Played well at Anfield on Sunday when he was called upon. His distribution isn't half bad either. So I'm not so much worried about Edison a little bit. The KDB one, it depends because I know what he'll do with that. It means Julian Alvarez is coming into play 10.
I think you've been a bit critical of him lately.
No, not critical of him, critical of Pep.
Right.
Because he's trying to shoehorn the guy into a team that the guy's a striker.
Yeah.
He's not a left winger. I used to think play him on the wing, he'll be amazing. But the trouble is, you can't play Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Julian Alvarez all in the same midfield. It doesn't work.
Right.
They're all occupying the same space. They're all wanting to go into the same areas on the football pitch because we don't play wingers as in traditional wingers. This is the problem with Doku. We don't play a winger that hits the byline and puts the ball across. You watch all our wingers, they all hold it up, play it backwards, or come inside.
Yep.
So it doesn't work.
Yeah. Lawrence says Mourinho might get a trophy in the short term, but things will most likely go wrong after 2 years, possibly. But as I said, I don't want Mourinho. Our income is like 285 million. The big six has 4 times of more income. Ours will go up once the Adidas seller money comes in. Yep. Plus, we're looking at a kid sponsor for next season as well.
Comes in increments, though. So it depends what deals you. Yeah, that's the thing. You're getting that money and it's building, but it doesn't all come in just one big wheelbarrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll come in over bits over the years. The problem is you've got the seller deal's great, but your seller deal is, we've got a training kit worth more than your main sponsor deal.
Yes, you have.
And that's the problem. It's a catch-up all the time. But the thing that's unfair on Newcastle is, how do you catch up if you're handcuffed?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're never going to be able to compete with City, Liverpool and Arsenal when our training kits are more than your main sponsor kits.
They are, yeah.
So it's not fair. They need to not just do this, because even like I said, the 85%, and we're going to talk about it later on ours, Pete, it's not fair because they're not going to get even your 85% of your value. You're still not going to compete because 85% of our income or our household's income is 4 times bigger than your income.
It is, yeah.
So you're still sort of there. It's just they need to abolish it and come up with like a they need to do like a pot of money, like what they do in America. What do they call it? Like a bond or something.
Yeah.
Get all these owners to put a bond in, half the value of your club or the value of your club on whatever it is on market value. So if they do walk away, that money is there and the owners lose that money.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be more jeopardy put onto the owners rather than jeopardy put onto the club.
Yep.
Because it's not fair. You are literally running around with, you're basically like in a 3-legged race. It's not fair on you at the moment.
No.
So that's just my thing anyway.
Good evening, Mark. Hope you're well. Good evening, Chills. Good evening, Coffee. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mary. Hope you're well. Evening, guys. Ian's going for a 4-0 win to Man City. I'm not surprised, Ian. I'm really not surprised at all. The fair value market would cripple us. Good evening, Joppa Dondi. Hi, Mary. Long time no see. Again, Truls. Thank you, Mary, for gifting 10 memberships out. So memberships have gone to Tony, Old Angry New Gamer, Chris Irvin's been gifted one, Paul Gunner's been gifted one, Paul S has been gifted one, Scott O'Brien has, Irie has been gifted one, the Tomb Review's been gifted a membership as well. So as Jules Mark, Danny Davison has been gifted a membership as well. Cheers very much, Mary. Really, really appreciate that as well. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Good evening, David. Hope you're well. Yeah. Do you expect Man City? They're going to put a very strong lineup.
Yeah. I expect a strong lineup. Then there'll be 1 or 2 changes, but it's before the international break. We've got 2 weeks off, so I expect them to go all out because it's a funny one, this cup, because the problem is we won't know how to react on the FA Cup. Because say we win, we're back in the same problem we were with the Carabao Cup. Is if say we get Real Madrid on tomorrow's draw, that quarter final falls at the same in between an FA Cup semi-final.
Oh,
so then you sat there having to reduce your team down. I mean, you could end up with a Liverpool. Or the reason it worked last season is because we got a very good draw with Sheffield United in the semi-final.
Yep.
And even then we rotated. It's so hard to try and just keep going and keep going. But like I said, there's no guarantees we're at Wembley yet. I know a lot of your fans thinking it's, done, dusted, 4-5-0s are coming up, but we've not been putting 4 and 5s past a lot of teams this season.
I mean, were you pretty disappointed with the draw against Liverpool?
No, by the end, I was bloody relieved with it. We were absolute crap. For 60 minutes of that game, we were awful. Dog awful. Wrong tactics. Liverpool turned it into a basketball game, which doesn't suit us, and we fell apart. Our game is when we can have control of the ball. Yeah.
David's asking if I'll go blonde if we win on a weekend. No, absolutely not. Paul Mitchell looks to be our number 1 target for director of football. Yes, I have heard about that. Mason, what do you make of that?
Well, for his track record, for some of the players I've seen who he signed, for the clubs he's been at, I know at the top of my head, he was in the deal to sign Son from Bayer Leverkusen when he was at Tottenham. I'll get up the photo because I'd seen it on Twitter. I'll have a look. 2 minutes.
Yeah, I've seen he's been linked as well. Joppa Dondi, thank you so much for your membership, for joining the members club. So really, thank you very much. So welcome to the members.
I've got the players who he signed.
When he was
at. So for Southampton, he signed Klein, Yoshida, Dejan Lovren, Wanyama, Morney, Tadic, and Pele. And for Spurs, Ali, Son, Trippier, and Alderweireld. and then when he was at RB Leipzig in New York Red Bulls, he signed for Uber Meccano, Matthias Cunha, Michele, Smith Rowe, Chris Van Kunku, Luke Bent, and Patrick Schick.
See
So that's
some good ones in there.
So
yeah.
that's some of the players he's signed for. Pre the clubs he was at.
Martin and Paul look similar, to be honest. You mean Paul off to review things him and Martin look alike? Okay. I think Martin's just thinking, what the hell?
I've seen him. I've seen him, but I don't know.
Good question for you, Martin. Do you expect Man City to put 100 million for Bruno in the summer?
He's on our list.
Mm-hmm.
Can't tell you that he's on our list.
Okay.
He's got a release clause. We're gonna get looks like Lucas Paqueta, I don't know, Paqueta, whatever. I never know how you pronounce this guy's name.
I know as well. It's
It looks like that deal's gonna get done. He wants to join us. Agent wants to join us. And that's a release clause of 85 million. So that'll probably get done. And I know we're after. There was, because what we have a list. We have a list where we look at lists, and a release clause is very tempting for us for the simple reason there's no negotiation.
Right.
You look at a lot of our signings, they have release clauses because we don't have to faff around for 3 weeks trying to negotiate a fee round. Because as soon as City come calling, the fee goes up 40-50 million.
Mm-hmm.
There's not just a Premier League tax, there's a Manchester City tax.
Yeah.
And then we sat there going, oh, great. So, yeah, it's if they want him and he wants to come, I know he said some very nice things about Pep Guardiola in the past. The thing with Bruno is, I think it depends on whether you get Europe.
I think if we don't get Europe, I think there's a chance he goes.
How long does he wait? Because he's not young.
He's 26 now.
I was 27.
26, 27 in November.
Well, 27 November. It depends what he wants. Does he want to win trophies? Does he want to play in the Champions League on a continued basis? Say it takes you them 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Does he want to be a player that gets you to the promised land? Or does he want to be a player that is playing in the promised land?
That's what you ask. Wonder,
that's the problem with it. Listen, he loves Newcastle. Everything about him is Newcastle, but you've also got Harry Kane had to make that choice in the end.
Yeah, he did.
Do I stay or do I go? Well, which one do I do? There's only so long you can hold before you go. I've got to go.
Yep, that's it.
Because you can't show your kids 4th place tables. You don't get a medal for 4th place.
Yep, absolutely.
That's the problem.
Paul Mitchell will give me a appointment.
Oh, I was going to say,
I just read that before. I think Paul Mitchell will give me a appointment.
Oh, by the way, Villa scored against Ajax.
I don't think City will have 100 million. Where they're waiting for their court case. Is this FFP court case still going ahead, Martin? What is going on with it?
Yeah, but from what I know, and I'm not an expert or anything, I've just done research and spoke to a couple of people. We're pretty confident. And even without that, we've got more than 100 million to spend. We can whack 200-300 million out in the summer, not a problem.
You've got the money.
The thing is, we spent 250 million in the summer. We sold 200 million in the summer as well because we sell our academy players out.
You do.
City have no issue. This is the problem. This is why Calhoun said, this is it now for the Premier League. Nobody else can touch us. If we win this case, which I think we will, that's it. Game over.
Mm-hmm.
We are free to go and no one will stop us.
Yep.
So, to answer your question, we've got well more than 100 million to whack down if we want.
Yeah. We will get hammered Saturday the way we're playing. I mean, if we play like that, how we did on Tuesday, on Monday Night Mason, we'll be in for a long night.
We will. Yeah,
but if we play like we did at Anfield in that second half, Pete, So it swings and roundabouts on this.
Well, the fact is, as well, what is annoying me about Monday the most, Chelsea, they're not a good team. They're a team of individual players, and we gifted that win to them. The goals we gifted the goals to them. The defending was shambolic, and our midfield looked, with Longstaff in there, looks terrible. And even the substitutions from Eddie Howe in that game were questionable as well. You mean, Mason, you do not take Bruno off one of your most creative players and leave Longstaff on the 90 minutes who's been rotten completely.
Nah. If we had kept Bruno on, we would have had a chance of taking a point from Stamford Bridge.
See, Chelsea was, Chelsea look panicky at the back.
They did.
Yeah, I've had this debate with loads. I think Chelsea are a decent team when they get going.
Well, they can be.
When you look at Chelsea against a lot of the top 6 teams, they're actually half decent.
They've done well against some of them, yeah.
Yeah, listen, they've got some world-class players.
Mm-hmm.
They've got some players that we'd probably have. They've got, they have got good players. We're not talking a shabby team. The problem is with Chelsea is the board and the owner. Thinks he's playing champ manager. I always think if Potts was allowed to do his job properly, without an owner going into the dressing room at half time and without all this rubbish, I think Chelsea would be far better off. I think Chelsea are actually a very good team if they're left alone. The trouble is they're not left alone. That's the problem with them.
Yep. Yet Spurs billionaire owner Joe Lewis is in court in America for insider trading. That will happen to them, which is fucking ridiculous, even though he's admitted he knew what he was doing. Yes, he is one of those kind of people. Wait, that isn't Paul. No, it's not. Pacatar, yeah, that's how people pronounce his name. Just like Newcastle tax, everything goes up. If Bruno goes, he's likely to go to Spain like Real Madrid. See, Madrid will have the money for him.
Madrid, where does he go in Madrid, though? They've got about 13 midfielders.
Well, they do.
The thing is with Madrid, you got to remember they're about to whack all their money down on killing Mbappe.
Yep. If they got 100 million for Bruno up front, there's a good amount of money there to reinvest in the squad. Yeah, I agree. We will see. If you lose it, you're knackered. But again, it's not confirmed yet. I'll PD Mason go to the game. No, I'm not there. FFP is a pain in the arse. It is. Will Bruno ever repeat the adoration he had at Newcastle? Didn't think to see so myself. What do you think, Mason?
It's tough on this, ever repeat the adoration. The fact is, as well, it's just with the way he's bedded into the city as a whole. People love him, the fans love him. He loves the area. I would say Manchester's quite the same, but will he probably be settled in with him and with his partner just having a new baby? And will the big question is, I'm going to throw it in there: will the Man City fans love his father because they love his family? Will that happen if he goes to a Real or a Man City?
No, that'll never happen wherever he goes. The admiration you've got, but does admiration? Can he show admiration to his grandchildren?
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem you got with Britain. This is the point. Like Grealish had that same problem.
Yeah.
Loved by Villa, absolutely adored by Villa. Had to leave to go and win trophies.
Yep.
There's always a cut-off point. It happened with us. We had King Clancy back in the day, and all these players, we had to let them go because
you did.
King Clancy, has got memorials up on the wall and songs after him and Georgian flags on the side. The problem was he was never going to win trophies at City.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to let him go. The guy was crying. Sean Wright-Phillips.
I remember him.
Cried leaving Manchester City. Cried when he joined Chelsea. But like you said, I have to go for the benefit of my career. I don't want to go.
That's it. That's it.
And it's not a slight on Bruno. Whoever he joins, by the way, this is all if, buts and maybes, but it's the same with us with Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva will never get the admiration anywhere that he gets at Manchester City. But for his own family, he wants to leave England.
Yeah, I heard he does still, doesn't he?
And he asked for that release clause.
Yep.
And that's the problem. As soon as a player says, I want a release clause, there's a reason behind that. Players don't ask for release clauses if they're not thinking of their future down the road.
Yeah, that's it. Mark thinks, do you think 100 million's gone down the drain on Jack Grealish?
Nope. One of our best players. Will help one of the major influences in winning the treble.
Yeah. Good evening, Julie. Hope you're well. Great news. Some news that Angry Rat Man is in hospital for open heart surgery. Hopefully he recovers and get well soon. He's funny, him. But yeah,
who's Angry Rat Man? Who's Angry Rat
Man?
He's
a Chelsea fan.
Chelsea fan, yes.
Is he in India or something?
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah. And good evening. Yeah, he is. Good evening, Wayne. Grealish is Grealish out injured or is he back?
Yeah, he's out injured. He rushed back. He should be back for the Arsenal game. Jack Grealish is a very underrated player outside of football. The trouble is with Jack Grealish, he has a rep off the field that rival fans just hate. He's one of them players. If he's not in your team, you hate him. When he's in your team, you love him.
Yeah.
And he's well worth every penny. He's broke records. There was a Champions League record he broke last season for most assists for an Englishman or something, or chances created ever within the Champions League by an Englishman.
Interesting, that one.
So the guy's pivotal to what we do.
Yeah, if we don't get Bruno should leave. He probably will do. He hasn't been playing highway. People just want each other. What lineup is Pep putting out for Saturday, do you think, Martin? What do you think his starting 11's going to be?
Ortega, but by the way, it would have been Ortega had Edison been fit anyway, because Ortega's our cup keeper. It'll be Ortega, Walker, Diaz, Stones, possibly Gavardio. I've got a feeling he'll bring Josko Gavardio back in. Rodri. I'm hoping Kovacic. Kovacic was probably our best player at Anfield when he came off the pitch. Was really, really good. Been very underrated player. Bargain at 20 million. Kovacic, I think he'll be, and then Alvarez, Foden, Doku, I think he'll play with Alvarez as 10 and then Haaland up top.
Interesting one.
Watkins just came off injured for Villa.
Oh, is he? Need to instantly again. Like Coffee never rated Grealish. Almore was better last season, but Grealish has done some really good stuff at times for Manchester City as well. We wish we seen
a treble. Yeah, he's on the bell.
Yeah.
What a treble.
Yeah. I mean, do you think Ben should be taken out the side on Saturday, Mason?
Danny Welbeck's just going absolute willy for Brighton. The back in it.
But I can't see Brighton going through. They're 4-0 down on aggregate.
They're not getting through. No. Unless to the minute. Well, West, they didn't know West Ham had won 5. Wow.
Yeah. Do you think Dan Burn should he be taken out the side because we know how he badly struggles with fast players?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, a lot of people say play Kraft at right back, Tito at left back, or Tito at right back, or give Lewis Hall a chance.
I would bring Lewis Hall in.
See, I want to see Lewis Hall given a chance, and I'm just disappointed he's not getting it. I really.
Depends who we play on the right, though, because if we play Foden on the right, he's not exactly pacer.
Mm-hmm. If it's Foden against Dan Burn,
No, Doku, he might leave him behind. The trouble is with Doku is he's finishing after it.
See, I think Doku's he played well when he played against us.
He's a young lad.
He's still a young lad, so he's going to.
He needs a season. Yeah, I always say this about City players. They need a season, especially under Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, dumb fuckers slating when we signed Anthony Go, and I said, hold on, he's washed Shadus now, man. He's done brilliant for us this season, Anthony Go. 2 Thunderbeasts from Kudus, dreading them on the 30th. Kraft right back to your left back, in my opinion, says Trulls. Evening, Ian, hope you're well. Imagine a battle between Lewis Hall and Phil Fortin, says Coffee.
What's going on with Lewis Hall? Because he's suddenly just, you loaned him. I got an obligation to buy him, then he just disappeared into the
I don't know what's going on, because one says another thing, so I like to know. Hi, Ian, and a person called Shamin Algreave says Foden midfield on Saturday.
No, I'm thinking it'll be Alvarez Cade.
You Moonlighting Julie says Ian. Ben and Longstaff should be playing in this game. I would play Miley and Hall. Yeah, Lewis Miley needs to come in for me.
The thing is, you're bringing 10,000 fans down. You're going to have all the upper tier and the second tier. It's a cup game. Anything can happen. Yeah, City are favourites, 100%. Yep. But you just never know. I'm not. Listen, if I was a betting man, I'm not. I think City will win. But I'm not. I don't believe it'll be 4-5, 6-0 like people are all guessing. Because the thing is, are you going to come up as the wounded animal?
That's what we wonder. Say it would be typical us that we lose one game and then we win the next game.
Because in a way, and I don't mean this in looking at the table, I don't think you can really get fourth anymore. I think that's...
No, I think Champions League's out for us this season. Yeah. It's either your Europa League or your conference.
Well, that's what I mean. If you get beat on Saturday, that's it then for your season, really.
Yeah, we're just trying to battle for a European place.
That's what scares me a little bit. Not scares me, but it is win or bust for your lot.
It is.
And also, if all these rumours, because listen, players and managers will listen to all the rumours that are. People think managers are on Twitter. They are. Managers are reading everything that and the watching channels and everything else. How might know? He might have been told this is your last chance.
It could be.
I always remember Villa came to ours under Steven Gerrard, and it was if you lose this game, you're out. And they didn't lose. They came and was like, we're fighting. Because your players might come back with the opposite of they might want to show they're still fighting for Eddie Howe.
Oh, yeah. I think Eddie Howe's just making them.
And you get slapped 5 or 6, then I'd probably say, yeah, they might have down tools at this point.
That's it. I mean, he's just... I would say, is he losing the players? No, I just think he's making questionable decisions. Playing players who are simply not up to standards, i.e. Sean Longstaff being one of them. 3-1 or 4-1. Singy.
Do you ever regret turning down that 50 million from the Rags?
What, sorry?
You ever regret turning down that £50 million bid from the Rags on him?
Oh, God.
Because think you could have got 50 million quid from United for him.
Oh,
Sparta Prague have just scored against Liverpool.
No, I mean the whole thing at Manchester United is just hilarious. It's just apparently Jim Radcliffe wants Southgate in as manager. Apparently, if Ten Hag goes,
please, I need a laugh. That would just make all my United mates. It'd make it funny round there.
I mean, I think that Jim Radcliffe just sounds like a first-class prick.
Well, he come out with this. We're going to knock City off the perch.
Oh yeah, he's like one of those.
Get back in your box. You're not
entitled to win everything and all that kind of shite.
This City dominance has to end. It's not got to, mate. You need to get back in your box and go somewhere.
Yeah. Still throw only 3 points by West Ham could overtake if we beat them after the international break if they lose to Villa on Saturday. Yep. Speed and underestimated tactics in the press and the movement, and he hasn't got it yet. Just think if Ashley hasn't turned up pissed meeting the Arabs all those years ago, where we'll be now without FFP bollocks yet. Spotting have scored 4-1. 50 million would have gone to Mike Ashley, though. It would have. If we did accept 50 million for Longstaff in 2019, there would have been so much uproar as we already lost Rafa and Perez. Is Dan Ashworth going to Man United? It looks like he is, but pay the money and they can have him. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
They're not believe all this gardening leave garbage, do you?
Oh.
United have given him a laptop and gone, get working.
something like that, probably.
So
Once
they always
Man
do it.
United playing them, they can have him. Yeah, if City go 2 or 3 goals up, we'll Pep rest players, and then we could have a chance to fight back. You know, if we're 2 or 3-0 up down Coffee, there's no chance we're coming back. We've seen it a lot this season, Coffee, and it's been a job. Folks, I mentioned that Longstaff is injured and still playing. Well, why is he playing if he's injured?
Teams do that. Laporte at ours played half a season with painkilling injections.
Yeah, well, Bruno was playing with an injury last season and he was still playing well.
It is amazing how many players, if you actually put it out there and said it went through all the teams of it, how many players have played with painkilling injections? I bet we'd be amazed by the percentage on that.
Oh, yeah, and that's what our medical staff have been doing with our players as of lately. And
Blues out for you a lot. Is there anyone definitely out? Obviously, apart, I think, Gordon's out in there.
Still no Joe Linton. Still no Joe Linton. No, Bonds picked up a hamstring. Might not be back to the international break.
Bonds is out until after the international break.
Gordon, there's a chance, but we'll see. But I don't know if you risk him.
And obviously you've got the.
How much did you spend on Barnes? Have you seen him yet?
I know exactly. 39 million we paid for Harvey Barnes.
Have you gone 2 years in the future and bought all your plays for that in 2 years when they're all fit? I don't know.
I think Bonds is a very good player. He was brilliant for Leicester. It's just he's had an unfortunate injury. That's been his problem. Yeah, my favourite comedian all the time, Manny missed all the greatness of City being a long life suffering supporter. Yep. Bruno did massively when he was injured, though he did. Then having Martin on, great lad and great channel too. People must watch your channel as well. Look, stuff should be banished out of spaces, Julie. And Pope's another one we're still missing as well. Anyway, Mason, we'll go for our lineup. So kicking off in goal, Mason.
Dubravka.
Yeah, it's going to be Dubravka, obviously. Right back for me, it'll be this man, Tino Livramento will come in. I think he'll keep his place on that side. So I think he plays on there for me. Right, centre back first, centre back in there, Mason.
Sure.
Yep, Fabian Schär, he'll be in there as well for me. Didn't have the greatest on the other night, so hopefully ups his game. I think alongside him will be Botman as well. Botman's got to up his game for me because that was dross on Monday night. The way he gifted that first goal, he's going to have to be well better than that. Really has to be well better. Right, left back, Mason. Who's it going to be?
Doing this, like...
Are we going what Eddie's going to go with, or are we going what we like to see, mostly?
He doesn't want to say that, does he? You can tell he doesn't want to say that.
He does, I know.
I want to see Lewis. I want to see Lewis Hall.
Are you going with Hall, or is it going to be Bain?
Hall.
Oh, you're putting a chance on him. Wow.
Is Lewis Hall, have you got to pay more money if he plays again?
I'm not so sure. To be honest, I've not heard anything.
Because he seems to have stopped at appearance-wise. Because I was having a look this morning about, and he just seems to be stuck on a certain number of appearances and never moved.
I'm not so sure, to be honest. I really don't know. Right, in at midfield now. So kicking off with Bruno. He'll be in that midfield on Saturday. Hopefully, maybe he didn't have the greatest, but I want to see if he play him keep him on that pitch. And we need our creative player on the pitch, so he's got to play a lot longer than he did. Play the full 90 minutes for me. Next one in midfield, Mason.
Willock.
Yeah, I think...
I'm not saying the European game.
Right. So, yeah, we're going to go with Willock. He'll keep these plays. Still have the greatest, but Willock's just come back from an injury. I said, right, the next one, right. I'm going to hope Eddie has the balls to drop Longstaff, and I want to bring in this guy, Lewis Miley. Give him that chance. Take Longstaff out. He's been awful. And you never know, Miley could do a job. Because I think Miley's done very well this season, and I want to see more of Lewis Miley. Just a bit good. He's been losing out his place because Miley's been really, really something since he's had to step into the side as well. Okay, Mason, back to you. Attacking three. We'll start off on the right-hand side.
Murphy.
Yeah, I think Murphy will come in for this game as well. I think Murphy was very good when he came off the bench against Chelsea. He scored a really cracking goal, so I'd be tempted to keep Murphy on the left. On the left-hand side, I will go with Miggy. I'll not play Stark Gordon in this game. He might not be available for Saturday, but we'll wait and see. If he does start on Saturday, then fair enough. But Miggy did a very good job on the left-hand side on Monday night as well. And we always said, Mason, even some people say Miggy plays better on the left than the right-hand side.
I thought he was excellent. Wasn't it?
You did well. You put a couple of balls in and just show him no one got in the end of them. And the last one up through the middle, Mason.
Isak.
Yep, so Isak through the middle. So this is the lineup we're going with. So Martin Dubravka, Tino Livramento, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman, and Lewis Hall. Hopefully he'll come in. Bruno Guimaraes, Lewis Smiley and Joe Willock, and an attacking three of Jacob Murphy, Miguel Almiron, and Alexander Isak. Let us know if Eddie's going to go with that lineup. If he's not, who's he going to go with instead? It's always great to get your thoughts. Get your score predictions in, because we're going to get that in just a moment as well, because Martin's also got a show on at 9 o'clock, which I'm also appearing on there as well. So, yeah. Bond should be back for the West Ham game. Yeah, the Prodigy song. City interested Bruno. Yeah, we've discussed on that. He said Martin says he's on their list. I'm going to see 2-1. Keep your fingers crossed, hello, Martin. I want to see Anderson, Willock, Bruno as the midfield. Hope City aren't interested in Bruno. Bong, I'm going to send outer space 2 to find another race. How will play Dubs, Tino, Share, Botman, Burn, Longy, Bruno, Willock, Isak, Gone, in my opinion. Tits up, get the beer shoot, says Cristiano. Bailey deserves a place over Longstaff. He does. I'll be happy with that, says Lawrence as well. Sorry, Pete, bet you a pint. I won't drop Longstaff. You come in like Andrew now there. Bet you a pint. I prefer Miggy on the left side, past the Dutch he was. City 6, Consius winning this. Oh, Truls 6-0. A pint of whiskey, says, oh, wow. Pint of whiskey for... Covey's predicted 1-0. First half, Dubravka with massive saves. Second half, Murfinho goal out the box off the volley and across 2 goal clearances from Livramento and Shaw. Dave's going for a 1-1 draw. And Ian's laughing at what thing he says. Right, we'll get score predictions in now, because we're going to start a wrap up. We'll start with you, Martin.
3-1. So.
Fair enough. Mason?
2-1 Man City.
Fair enough. I'm going to go 3-1 Man City as well.
Remember, it's got to go to extra time. It's got to go extra time and penalties. It's got to end on the night.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Oh, Julie's got... Oh, you're becoming like Lewis there, Julie. Oh.
Well, we ain't putting 9 past anyone, don't worry.
Do you think Bruno leaving the summer if we don't get Europe? Those nails losing their shine, Pete. Oh, David, what's your obsession with nails, may I ask? I don't know. Anyways, so I said 3-1. So there'll not be a watch along for Saturday, because me and Mason are going to be out watching the game instead. If we lose an extra time, I'll still be proud of still getting there. Still level.
Oh, you bowed out. Have you come on, Pete, get it on.
Well, I'll be in the town watching it, probably with the drinks and everything, Martin.
I was going to ask you if you were coming down. You send me up.
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not coming down. So I'll be in the town watching it. I just forgot the thingies with.
I think it'll be a great atmosphere. I said 10,000
yeah.
the old lads down there.
Yeah, David forgot it was a cup game. 4-1, Newcastle score first, but do not survive the wrath of City. There's a lot of people going for 4-1 wins. Some are going for 4-1. I think Bruno will stay depending on if we bring in the summer, says True is interesting as well. Right then, so we're going to, as I mentioned, we're going to wrap up. Martin, Martin's got a channel, The Mancunian Way, and you've also got the show, and I'm joining there with you. What else you got coming up on your show?
Yeah, we got that tonight. And then I've got a couple... Got some tomorrow with the Champions League draw that I'm going to do. We haven't fully decided yet. And then next week, next Saturday, and this isn't probably what I'm doing, a charity stream for 12 hours. Saturday the 23rd, all in for Alzheimer's UK. Because sadly, my parents, Pete, suffer with Alzheimer's. So I'm doing a 12-hour, 12 p.m. till 12 midnight.
Stuff, that one. Brilliant stuff.
Everyone, it will be City generally, but we're going to have loads of content going on.
That's great.
And every penny will be straight into Alzheimer's UK.
Great stuff, great charity as well. You've chosen, Martin, as well. Rainbow Paw, Pete? No. That's Spirit Martin's awesome top guest. P. Good short teddy bears as well. Wow, 12 hours. Yeah, absolutely. Coffee. Remember, anyway, guys, remember if you have enjoyed tonight, hit the thumbs up. It keeps us up those search results on YouTube. And please, of course, remember to hit the subscribe button. Of course, if you're brand new to the channel, or if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on, please hit the subscribe button. Free to do so. It does help make the channel grow. And the bell notification, and we'll let you know whenever we are live or a pre-recorded video takes place on the day. And again, feel free to donate. And if you want to become a member for only just 99p, hit the join button. You'll be put to the next price. So down to the last few comments. I didn't ever do losing.
You say you got a breath there, Pete. You were like trying to get all out in one breath.
I was.
Good
luck, Martin. Remember running the GNR for Alzheimer's research after losing me granddad from it in January, says Lawrence.
Cheers. Yeah.
Peter Mason, also all cheers. Great Everett Martin. Absolutely. Cheers, Julie, for tuning in. Good night, everyone. You as well, Julie. Well, guys.
We'll be live just after 9. I'm just going to go and grab a quick drink.
So am I as well.
And then, so we'll be on about 9:05. If anyone wants to jump over to the
Mannion Cunin Way. So I'm joining on there for their preview on their channel as well. PD can say it if he wants. Take care, everyone. You as well, Ian. Well, till next show, guys. We'll see you later, everyone. Take care. Good night, everyone. Away the lads.